If you want to start ice plunging but you're afraid of the cold shock, you're in the right place. You've been seeing people diving into the cold, suffering, shouting, and yet they seem to enjoy it. Weird, isn't it? Even many top athletes swear by ice baths. There must be reasons. It seems like cold exposure is becoming a secret weapon for peak performance and recovery. But it's not just for the pros. Regular folks who love calisthenics can find cold water very useful too. What's this cold stuff all about? Cold exposure is a practice of deliberately exposing your body to cold temperatures. It's not just about jumping into an ice bath. There are various ways to do it, each with its own unique benefits and challenges. Cold showers are a simple and accessible way to start your cold exposure journey. Just turn the tap to cold for a minute or two. This method is great for beginners as it's easy to control the duration and intensity. Another option is heading out in chilly temperatures with less clothing than usual. This method, often called cold weather training, can be as simple as taking a walk in winter without a heavy coat. It's a gradual way to build cold tolerance and can be easily incorporated into your daily routine. And finally, there's the most intense method, immersing yourself in very cold water, often with ice added. This is known as ice plunging or ice bathing. It's the most extreme form of cold exposure and offers the most potent benefits. Each method has its own intensity and unique set of benefits. We will focus on ice plunging since it is the most standard way to reap the full spectrum of cold exposure benefits. However, remember that all forms of cold exposure can be beneficial, and the best method for you will depend on your personal goals, tolerance, and circumstances. So, what's the deal with ice plunges? Let's talk about the benefits you can get from cold immersions. Ice plunging makes your body burn more calories. How? Within seconds of dipping into intense cold water, your body starts to pump out norepinephrine. It makes you want to run away from the cold. But if you don't and stay in, it also promotes the conversion of bad white fat to good brown fat. Result? Your body creates heat and controls its temperature, so you don't actually die from the cold. In the process, this helps your body use sugar better. It makes it easier for your body to control blood sugar levels. This can help prevent diabetes. All of this is good for staying healthy. Cold baths help muscles recover better. Cold baths can significantly aid muscle recovery, especially when taken 6 to 8 hours after intense workouts. This timing allows your body to reap the benefits of the natural inflammatory response that occurs post-exercise. Cold immersion at this stage can help reduce muscle soreness, decrease swelling, and potentially speed up the overall recovery process. Additionally, cold plunges can be beneficial when used before training sessions. Pre-workout cold exposure can help increase alertness, boost circulation, and potentially enhance performance by priming your body for physical activity. It may also help reduce the perception of effort during your workout, allowing you to push harder. However, it's crucial to avoid cold plunges immediately after a workout. This timing could potentially hinder muscle and strength gains. Ice plunging is so effective at reducing inflammation that it might interfere with this natural and beneficial process if done too soon after exercise. Cold water immersion serves dual purposes in an athlete's regimen. On one hand, it prepares your body for exercise by increasing alertness and circulation. On the other, it helps soothe muscles post-workout when timed correctly. The key is in the timing. Use cold exposure strategically to complement your workout, not compete with your body's natural processes. Cold water makes you feel good. It boosts dopamine levels by 2.5 times, providing a natural high comparable to nicotine or cocaine. It also improves mental balance and mood through increased serotonin levels. The best part? This extra happy feeling doesn't stop when you leave the water. The enhanced motivation and drive from dopamine release persist for hours after your cold plunge. Cold water makes your brain tougher. It's like a workout for your mind. When you jump in cold water, your brain gets a shock. This shock helps your brain get stronger. It's like weighted pull-ups, but for your willpower. The more you do it, the better you get at handling tough stuff. Over time, you become braver and can face hard things easier. It's not just about the cold. It's about growing as a person. Each time you take the plunge, you're training yourself to be stronger in all parts of life. How to take an ice bath like a pro, even if you're just starting out. To get the most out of ice plunging, try to do it for about 11 minutes each week. You don't have to do it all at once, which is a godsend for this technique. You can split it into 3 times a week for about 3 to 4 minutes each time. If you're new to this, start small. Try just 30 seconds to 1 minute at first. Slowly make it longer as you get used to it. Focus on breathing calmly while in the cold water. Always listen to your body. If you start shaking a lot, feel numb, can't breathe well, or feel scared, it's time to get out. Don't push too hard. Short and sweet is the way to go. Shorter cold plunges are better than long ones. Why? They give your body quick, cold shocks that can be more helpful than one long session. The last thing you want is to build up a good cold tolerance, which might require longer and longer times to get that cold shock and brown fat activation. So, splitting your cold exposure into shorter sessions can be more effective than one long plunge. This gives your body repeated cold shocks, which can boost the benefits of mild stress on your system. When should you hop out of the ice water? If you follow the previous method, you should be done within 4 minutes in each session. But if you decide to stay in longer, what's the best moment to quit the cold? As you get colder to a certain level, you activate the muscles and they start to shiver. The first muscles to shiver are often in the chest and legs, the pecs and rectus femoralis. That's when it's time to get out. Brown fat can no longer maintain heat. You've reaped all the benefits in that session. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the cold plunges. Not everyone thinks ice plunges are awesome. Some people love them, others think they're risky. Who's right? Well, it's not that difficult. Cold plunges are like a tool. They can be good or bad depending on how you use them. Some people feel great after a cold plunge. If you're one of them, by all means keep doing it. Others don't like it at all, and that's totally fine too. So, are cold plunges for you? There's only one way to find out. Dip your toe in, literally. You just need to give it a try, start slow, be careful. Don't overdo it. Cold exposure has been a game changer for many. Some even say they can't feel fully awake without one on a daily basis. As you start incorporating ice plunging into your routine, why not take your physical strength to new heights as well? The Calisthenics Playbook is your next step for unlocking strength and mastering bodyweight movements. Loved by athletes in over 100 countries, it will teach you the one-arm push-up, pistol squat, and pull-ups, all broken down to the smallest details. The book is intense, packed with yellow dude, and will give you a deeper understanding of biomechanics for each movement. If you stick with it, even for a few weeks, you'll notice a big improvement in both strength and physique. If you've never gotten strong with a comic-style fitness guide, this will be your first time. Order yours through the link in the description.